You're listening to Inside the Nest right here on Bright Radio. Stay tuned.
Welcome. This is Robert Martinez, executive producer for Inside the Nest. It is a wonderful spring break edition and, of course, March Madness. So we have a great show for you today. William will be talking about his prediction for March Madness, and so he's pretty excited to be with you today. And Liliana and Michelle have some great shows for you, and Just Saying, giving you the latest updates with Spencerville Adventist Academy life, school life, and also a wonderful show that deals with Bible Babble. And they'll be talking to you then. So thanks for tuning in. We are so happy that you are here with us today.
Yo, what is up, everybody, and welcome back to the Dugout with William Kim, where we talk about some of the hottest storylines in sports. And today, it is March the 15th, and today, of course, we're going to be talking about the most exciting thing in March, which is March Madness, the insane college basketball tournament, which everyone should love, or at least every sports lover should love. This is going to be, I think it's going to be a very good tournament, as it is every year, but this year especially. We got so much stuff going on, so I'm going to simplify it down to regions. So first, I'm going to start off in the East, where Villanova is king. The defending national champions are going to play against Mount St. Mary's, who won yesterday against, I forget who, but in this region, if you're going to pick upsets, I think I'm going to help you out. Even though by the time that you're hearing this, your bracket picks are already, or at least should be, submitted. But I think that by the time you're watching this, that Villanova is, of course, going to win. You always pick the 1 seed. But against Wisconsin and Virginia Tech, I think Wisconsin is very underrated. I don't know how they were an 8 seed. It's just like Wichita State, which we will talk about later. But Wisconsin is very low. They're a good team. They're a really good team. Virginia, so I'm taking Wisconsin over Virginia Tech. Virginia against UNCW, which I think is University of North Carolina Wilmington? Yeah, I'm right. Virginia has always has one of the top defenses, and I think defense gets you into at least a Sweet 16. So that is my pick. I think Virginia is going to make it actually to the Sweet 16, even if Florida wins against East Tennessee State, which they will, I think. Florida is, in my opinion, a little overrated for sure at number 4. I think Virginia could be at number 4. Even Wisconsin, maybe. I mean, maybe I'm going out on a limb to say this, but Wisconsin is a good team. In fact, I really think they should be a 4 seed. But if Florida and Virginia play, I think Virginia is going to win that one, which will put them into the Sweet 16. And I think Villanova is going to make it to the at least to the Elite 8. SMU, I think this is a very trendy upset pick. And in my opinion, trendy upset picks are never good. Trendy upset picks never seem to work out. So, you know what? I think I'm going to take SMU. I've seen them play, and they are a pretty good team. So I guess I could see why they're a trendy upset pick, but I don't think they're going to make it past, let's say, the round of 32. Yeah, that sounds about right. They're going to win against Providence or USC, whoever makes it, but I don't think they're going to make it past the round of well, actually, thinking back on it, looking at this bracket right now in real time, Baylor is going up against New Mexico State. I think Baylor is going to win that one in a landslide, but who knows? This is March Madness, right? I mean, anything can happen. But SMU and Baylor, if they go up against each other, which I predict they will, I know I just said a lot of trashy stuff about SMU just about like a minute ago, but I think SMU is going to win against Baylor. That's my upset pick for the East. South Carolina, Marquette. I think Marquette's going to win that one. That's another upset pick that I'm picking. And Duke against Troy. Duke is definitely going to make it. In fact, I'm taking Duke against Villanova in the Elite Eight, and I'm picking Duke to be in the Final Four. Now, moving down to the West, the San Jose. Gonzaga against South Dakota State. Gonzaga is my pick to win it all, baby. So I already said it right now. Gonzaga is going to win it all. Just mark my words. Mark my words, because Gonzaga is going to win it all. They are the most balanced team, in my opinion, in the entire tournament. I think they really, this year is the year for them. If you just look at them, they've only lost one game. One game. They almost went undefeated, which is a crazy thing, which is a crazy feat. And I think Gonzaga is really battle tested. Their coaching is good, and their players are ready to win. I think, if I'm correct, these players are older, meaning like they're not all freshmen like Kentucky. Northwestern, Vanderbilt, definitely Northwestern, definitely. Notre Dame, Princeton. I think Notre Dame's gonna win that one, even though Princeton is very upset. Let's say like upset. They like to upset people. I forgot the words. West Virginia and Bucknell. West Virginia, of course. West Virginia has one of the best offenses in the NFL, in college basketball. And I almost said football, but yeah, West Virginia is a good team. Let me tell you, Xavier is going to upset Maryland. Let me tell you this right now, folks. Xavier is a good team. I don't know why they're the 11th seed. And I think that the college basketball committee who picked the March Madness teams, I think they can. I think they got everyone in that should have, but I think the seedings got wrong. And we'll discuss that more. Florida State lost in all this madness about Arizona, Gonzaga, and all these other good teams, which are good teams. But lost in all this is Florida, with a team of a boatload of future first round picks. I'm taking Florida to the Sweet 16. Even if they go against Xavier, I think Florida State's gonna destroy Xavier, because even though I love Florida Gulf Coast, I love their athletic ability, but Florida State is just gonna be so good. I just don't know how. Against Arizona and North Dakota, I'm taking Arizona easy. St. Mary's, I'm sorry, Cal, but I'm taking St. Mary's for sure. And then I think that Florida State against Arizona, I think this is a very, very hard topic, because anything can happen, you know. But in the Elite Eight, I'm taking, I don't know. This is very hard. This is getting my heart racing. I'm gonna say Arizona is going up against Gonzaga, and Gonzaga wins. So I think the 1 and 2 seeds are gonna play against each other in the Elite Eight, but Gonzaga, as I told you, that's my championship pick. I think they're gonna come through. North Carolina, Texas Southern. Moving on to the South, by the way. North Carolina's going to win that one. They are so talented. Easy. Arkansas, Seton Hall. Seton Hall for sure. I researched this a lot, but Seton Hall seems like a very good team. They can make a deep run. I think that's an easy upset. Minnesota, Middle Tennessee. Middle Tennessee is the most trendy upset pick over Minnesota. Minnesota is not that good of a team. They should not deserve the number 5 seed, for goodness sakes. Give that to Wichita State. Winthrop, Butler. Butler is a good team. Butler is very good. Cincinnati at the number 6 seed. They're kind of like a wild card, but against Kansas State, they're going to win that one. Cincinnati is a dangerous team. Let me just say that. If guard play will get you far in the tournament, as Kemba Walker and Shabazz Napier just showed you. about a few years ago, UCLA and Kent State. I love UCLA, but I don't know how far UCLA can get. I'm saying UCLA is going to win this one and around the 32, get into the Sweet 16, but I don't think they're going to win in the Sweet 16. Dayton and Wichita State is the most disrespected team in the entire college basketball. Yes, they are. It's insane because Wichita State is such a good team. They're going to kill Dayton. Kentucky against Northern Kentucky. I was actually thinking about this one, and I thought an upset could happen. That Northern Kentucky is going to win against Kentucky because there always seems to be a number 15th seed going against the number 2 seed and winning. So you know what? I'm not betting any money. I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm just going to say Northern Kentucky is going to upset Kentucky. That is my biggest upset pick of this year. All right, that's my biggest upset pick. I think Kansas is going to make it to the Final Four in the Midwest, by the way. We're moving on to the Midwest. Miami is going to win against Michigan State, even though Miami always seems to struggle in the March Madness. They're a good team, but against Coach Jim Aden, I cannot pronounce his name, they're like 0-8. It's insane. They need to do a better job. And Tom Izzo in Michigan State is a good team. Let me tell you, there's a reason Tom Izzo is one of the greatest basketball coaches of all time. But you know what? You got to win sometime. You know what? Miami's going to win this one in a close one. Iowa State, Nevada. I'm taking Iowa State. And Purdue and Vermont. Purdue is going to win that one. They're such a good team. I did not know how they lost in the Big Ten tournament. But Iowa State is going to win against Purdue, and Kansas is, of course, going to win against Miami. Rhode Island is my Midwest upset pick. They're going to win against Creighton, and they're going to surprise everybody by beating Oregon, who beats Iona, and they're going to move on to the Sweet 16. Everyone's going to go crazy because this little island, the smallest state in the world, maybe not. Is Connecticut the smallest? No, Rhode Island is the smallest. The Rhode Island, whatever their team name is, they're gonna win this one, and they're gonna win against Oregon, which is gonna make the college basketball world go crazy. But you know what? This is March Madness. Everyone kind of expects this by now. Michigan against Oklahoma State. I want to say Oklahoma State because Oklahoma State is so explosive and their offense is insane. They're top 10 offense this year. I think they're actually number 8 and they average about 86 points a game, which is UCLA level like. It's pretty crazy. But I'm taking Oklahoma State in this one. Hey, we're back on the dugout with William Kim. Sorry about that. There was a technical difficulty, but we're going to get right back into our picks. You know what? I forgot to say who's my Final Four pick for the Midwest. And, it's not the Midwest, the South. And I'm taking North Carolina. That might be like an easy pick, but you know what? You got to have an easy pick somewhere. And I think North Carolina is so dang good. They're just really, really, really good. I don't know who they're going to go up against because Northern Kentucky, as I said before, they're going to beat Kentucky, which is insane. But they're going to beat Kentucky. I bet you that. They have a lot of freshman guards on Kentucky. So, not Northern Kentucky, but Kentucky. And they are fantastic. But I just don't know. I just got a feeling, I just got a feeling. Sometimes you got to go on feeling. Wichita State's going to play against, which means that Wichita State is going to move on to this round of 32, which they're going to beat whoever in the Elite 8. Yep, North Carolina's going to win against Wichita State. I love Wichita State. I think they are such a good team. They always get disrespected. But my pick for the Midwest Final Four is Kansas. I'm taking Kansas to go all the way against Gonzaga in the championship, and I think they're going to lose a close one, 68-74 to Gonzaga, to the Gonzaga Bulldogs, your 2017 NCAA March Madness Tournament champions. That sounds so good to say. Hey, thanks for watching The Dugout.
guys? Welcome to another week of Bible Babble. And you're listening to Liliana and Michelle. Thanks for joining us again. This week's topic is about facing failure. And I know we all have to do that quite constantly for some of us. Maybe not so much for others.
Especially near end of quarter.
Oh, How to face defeat. I think one of the hardest things in life is actually to deal with failure. A lot of people don't know how to.
Get through it or what to do.
Yeah, and I feel like that drives a lot of people to feel depressed and, do the things that they do. So, let's start off. This article is from fervor.net. That's FERVR.net. In the success-driven world, the idea of not succeeding seems almost impossible to handle. Yet, strangely enough, failure can actually be positive. Failure makes us stronger and brings us resilience. Failure helps us to be wiser, smarter, and even more forgiving.
The forgiving part is quite interesting. But everything else I feel like I kind of already agreed with. But it might be a shock or surprise to some of you guys. But I know one time my dad told me that the most successful, I feel like it's a quote because it was too good for him to say. The most successful people are the ones that have gone through a lot, whether that be failure or not, which mainly it is because they've learned how to fall and get back up. They've learned what not to do and what to do and what happens when you don't do what's right. Whereas other people, they only know what's right, which is still good. So it's not
Yeah, I guess, sometimes things are handed to some people.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's not wrong if you are handed stuff. Well, that's fortunate for you. But it's also good to have those experiences and, just know what failure feels like. Which I know, I'm pretty sure everyone's at least been familiar with the word or had that feeling once in their life. You'd think that in the business world, failure would be seen to be a negative thing, but interestingly enough, it's actually quite the opposite.
Interesting. You want me to keep reading?
Yeah.
The latest Harvard Business Review dedicates the whole issue to the topic of failure. On its cover, it has a quote from a famous CEO who says, "I think of my failures as a gift." Which is pretty much what we just said.
Yeah.
In one of the featured articles, it points out that the venture capitalists, those entrepreneurs who invest money in startup or struggling businesses, prefer to give their money to people who have already failed. They know their hard-earned cash is safest with someone who's made a hard-earned lesson in life. Aha, I like that.
Yeah.
I guess I would kind of trust somebody who's kind of gone through it already.
Yeah, because if, I'm thinking of the show Shark Tank.
Yeah, that's
what
what that's what I was thinking.
Okay, so, if they've already been on that show and stuff, and then they've been criticized for their project or whatever they're exhibiting, so obviously they're going to go back home and, fix that up so that next time they're
a lot better. They know what they
their
need to
marketing is
improve
a lot better.
And those who don't come back, or, not, come back to the show, but, rise up from that and actually change things are the ones who wouldn't have had a good business in the first place. You guys.
Yeah, if you didn't have the vision, then.
I've seen so many funny ones on there, though. Oh, excuse me.
I think. Okay, so we know that there's a positive side to failure, which is kind of strange because when we think of failure, we associate it with bad stuff,
Yeah.
Because you're not good enough, then that's why you failed, or because you didn't work hard enough, then that's why you failed.
Yeah, people put failure as the opposite of success, but in reality, it's part of success.
Yeah.
I sound so smart.
Okay. And we can see this in the Bible in the first chapter of Isaiah. The Israelites had failed to follow God as was expected of them, and in turn, it was easy to even think. Wow, I messed that up. This is something that we learned in the first chapter of Isaiah. The Israelites had failed to follow God as was expected of them, and in turn, it would be easy to even think that this disobedience showed the failure of God himself to lead his own people with success.
So Isaiah 1:18 says, "Come now, let us reason together, says the Lord. Though your sins are like scarlet, they shall be as white as snow. Though they are red as crimson, they shall be like wool."
this means by which he can offer this cleansing from their sin, ironically, is through another apparent failure, the death of his chosen servant, our Lord Jesus Christ. The apparent failure of Good Friday leads to the success shown on Easter Sunday.
I don't get that last line, but
That's like Good Friday and Easter Sunday.
I forgot what Good Friday even. I always confuse Good
It was
Friday
a-
with Black Friday.
No, Good Friday is the death of Jesus, and then Easter Sunday is when Jesus resurrected.
Okay,
I
I didn't
believe.
even know those were connected.
Yes, child.
If we're wrong, please comment. I'm just kidding. I won't start my rant again.
So just remember that a lot of people in the Bible have failed. I think almost everyone. except
David,
Jesus.
hello.
Yeah,
That's
David.
like the first one that comes up in my
Solomon,
mind.
he failed time and
I'm
time
sorry,
again.
David, but whew,
Moses failed.
Moses had no patience.
Yeah. I mean, and I can totally relate.
Oh yeah.
And who
Like
else
reading
failed?
that, I could so be like that's
Jonah.
exactly what I
Jonah.
did. Yeah, Jonah. Well, he was like, nope, not doing that.
Yeah, but he
Turned
failed.
right back around. Who
And Adam
else?
and Eve, of course, they failed. So since the beginning
You
of
have
time,
failed. I'm just
human nature. Yes, we have all failed. Human nature are predestined to fail.
yeah.
But
We're-
you know
we're
that's
sinners.
okay because the Lord tells us that He will make us white as snow, and that He will clear all sins. And
Like scarlet.
He says, "Let us reason together in such a calmly manner. No matter how many times we fail Him, He's always available to reason, and that's amazing."
And I like how this article kind of ends where, like, the last part is like, if you feel like a failure, ... I don't know. It's just, that's a great way to end because, I mean, sometimes people are like, yeah, failure in, like, actions or something I've
Mhm.
said. But then they might be thinking, well, sometimes I feel like I'm personally a failure. And honestly, I felt that way a ton of times.
Just honestly remember that failure is not final.
This says it's totally normal.
Yes. And sometimes the biggest failures turn out to be the greatest blessings.
Yeah.
I did not make that up. I totally read that.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
I know it's a different article.
Never mind.
But they're
Michelle's not
connecting.
smart. I'm just kidding.
So coping with failure. It seems to be the word of a lot of high school students dread, especially when an exam time comes around. I can totally relate.
Boy.
This week. I mean, it hasn't even been exam week, but
Yeah, this is only the first quarter of the second semester. You would think that, I've been here almost a whole year. I think I've got this. Nope. Yeah, juniors, I'm sorry, but this week I know we had a lot of prayers
Oh.
going up to God because we had like
Whew.
5 tests
yesterday,
in one day.
Yeah, yesterday was a pain in the butt.
Oh my goodness.
But we got through it, and
We're all
we are
alive.
now in spring break officially, yet we're still doing schoolwork. Hooray.
Yeah.
But that's what we get for procrastinating. It's not even us procrastinating. We just got overloaded that we fell behind in broadcast.
Yeah, and then we will tell you about that in our
Spanish video. Do you want
Yeah.
to talk about our Spanish video and
just saying. That's what I was about to
Okay,
say.
then we can talk about Just Saying. Make sure you catch us there for next week, since we'll be on break, so this will be airing on
we're
spring.
doing both on the same. But yeah, anyway, so stay tuned in. We'll be right back with another segment called Just Saying. If you guys are new listeners, I hope we have some new listeners. We'll be talking about those comments. So
And just
stay
remember,
tuned in.
lesson from today is do not be afraid of failure.
Face your fears. That reminds me. There's actually a Bright Radio show. Wow, that was loud. There's actually a Bright Radio show that's Fresh Start. I don't know if you guys know them. I've talked about them.
Mentioned them,
Yeah. They're 8 a.m. Monday through Friday. They're on Bright Radio. Their Monday show is called Face Your Fears Monday. Ooh. They're going to be amazed that I put them in this show. Anyway, so shout out to Miss Debbie and Miss Renee for that amazing show. Anyways, so on Mondays, you should listen to their shows because they always talk about fears and people in the Bible.
What
so
do you
that
fear?
really would relate. What do I fear most?
Mm-hmm. Honestly, I can't lie. I think my biggest fear is failure.
I feel like mine's death.
Well,
But then again, I don't know if that's a fear. It's more of like I just don't want to die brutally.
you know, I feel like I'm not scared of death. Not just because I'm like so close to God that I'm like prepared and I'm gonna go to heaven.
Well, I'm not
But-
scared of death because of that. I just don't want pain when I die.
Yeah.
That's the
You know,
only
I always
thing.
thought, I feel like
I want
never
to die
mind, I
in my
won't say this.
sleep.
I can't say this on air. Never mind. But yes, don't be afraid. And
Face your fears. And know that
that's not our
you're
topic.
Not, yeah, you're not. Well, it says facing failure. You're not the only one who fails. So being a failure isn't a bad thing. When you get called a failure, when you call your own self a failure, get back up and do it again. At first glance, Jesus' life seemed like an epic failure. That's what that title.
I mean, what a life. He had such a promise with all these miraculous healings and amazing teaching skills. He claims to be God, so they crucify him. On the cross, people mocked him and
about being a failure.
Yeah. If you're the Son of God, then save yourself. How does Jesus respond? He dies. Epic failure. Or was it? The Bible makes it clear that to God, we are epic failures. Wow. We fail to live up to his standards. Yet on the cross, the Bible says that Jesus carries our failures and his death is the punishment for our failure.
The end. That's it. That's the main point. There we go. Hopefully you understood that and take that into consideration for your life.
Just know that behind every failure, there's a good thing.
A little happy thing inside.
Just look for the positives. Make the decisions. Team Mathis. All right, signing out. This is Michelle.
Adios, Liliana. Hi guys.
It's spring break. All right.
Hey. And this is Liliana and Michelle on Just Saying. What's up? If you guys listened to our show that was like right before this, Bible Babble, this is a little bit of a continuation, but not really. But anyways, it's a continuation of our voices. So hey.
It's like 5 minutes later, so sort of a continuation.
But hope you enjoyed that show.
Why are you looking up Robert Martinez?
Oh, because I was going to see if anybody commented.
She's going to be disappointed. She's going to start yelling. Please comment.
Comment right now, even though the show's not live, but it's okay. So I'll give you guys some slack because we have not
updated.
Hey, who commented? Oh, I wonder who. Oh, me. I did, actually. If you guys look at Inside the Nest replay February 26th.
Hey, at least we have 45 views.
Yeah, thank you for the views, but I want you guys to view and
comment.
Hit that like button and also comment. I know it's a lot of work, but I'll hit the like button when I sign in.
Maybe they don't want to comment. Maybe they're shy. Maybe just hit the like button. That's fine.
I just want to talk to you guys. Like, I want Just Saying to be, like, we talk about stuff that,
what
like, you guys. Yeah, like, we want this show to be more of, like, you guys. Whoever you guys are, because I don't know who our listeners
what if they're
are.
old people?
Hey. If my grandma's listening, I love you.
I didn't say how old.
That's true.
Like old and like
old.
My parents old.
Or if you're
Hey, my dad's birthday was the 11th.
That's
turned
cool.
49.
Oh wow, that's old. Yeah, that's old.
My
Almost 50.
my sister's 25. So
my sister's 25 too.
No, she's 24. She's getting married. I'm so excited.
My sister isn't. What else?
Okay, so our topic for this show,
sorry.
since Martinez wants us to be more organized, we're gonna talk about our Spanish video.
Spanish video? What Spanish video?
No,
I was acting like a listener.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say our Black History Month video.
And don't judge us. I know it's not Black History Month anymore, but hey.
We did the video throughout Black History, so it counts.
Yeah, throughout the whole February, we were on this project, and we're still working on this project, and I probably still will be while I'm listening to this show on Sunday, but it's okay.
I mean, it's just slight edits. But, point is, what is the title of our project, Liliana?
Tal como somos.
And what does that mean?
As we are.
And what does that mean? Just kidding. So the purpose of the project is basically to have understanding and acceptance. Did I say that word right?
Yeah.
Okay, I always have that.
No, it's harmonious that you struggle with.
Oh, I hate that word. But also, I always say acceptance, and everyone's like, nah. And so now I gotta say, like, I really gotta think of
acceptance.
But that sounds so wrong.
Accept. Acceptance. I don't know. I just don't
when
pay
I don't,
attention.
Yeah. When I. Yeah, never mind.
Anyways, keep going.
Okay, so the project turned out very nice. Maybe we'll put it up.
Yeah, I have.
We see that you guys are
so-
actually watching.
Ooh,
and
let's
stuff.
do that. If I get 5 comments and 2 likes, at least 2 likes on anything, it doesn't have to be on the same thing, I will post the video when we are done and you guys can see it. If you guys don't do that, you won't get to see the video. I'm sorry. Unless our teacher puts it up. But
Or
make
I'll put it
sure he
up.
doesn't.
Gosh, you're so
No.
mean. But anyways, we won't be showing the video till we come back from spring break. So that's a long wait for everyone.
And when
and
are
I'm
we showing it?
excited.
When are we showing it?
The Wednesday we come back when
Mhm.
everyone's back after.
And it'll be in chapel here at Spencerville. If you live around, I'm
I don't
just kidding.
think they can join.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
That's not safe. But I think it's a pretty cool video. We had some interviews there and some personal stuff, like not too personal.
yeah,
But personal connections, and it makes the video very emotional. It's
yeah.
very
I got
nice.
teary-eyed the first time I finished it, like almost finished.
I
I
think
thought
you
it was
just-
done,
I
and then I was like,
I think you just cried because it was finally done.
yeah, that no, I know. I told my mom that. I was like, all this hard work.
Yeah, and the
finished.
planning process was so long.
Yeah, we changed it a lot thanks
Yeah.
to me, but it's okay.
I mean, yeah. At first, it was more subjected to like Afro Latinos, but
And mixed people.
yeah, but we wanted to make that spectrum broader
Yeah, because I
and
wa-
more understanding, because it's like as we are, but then it's just like, oh, biracial kids.
yeah.
Hmm.
And then if we were gonna show it to the whole school, I don't know if you guys know, but Spencerville is very diverse. And I felt
Very.
like if we're talking about acceptance and understanding of each other, and we're only showing a mix of races or only 2 races, then like what about well, not Hispanics? What about like Caucasians or
and like Chinese.
yeah, Asian people?
Yeah, we have a
Not
lot
like
of
that. I didn't mean
Asians.
like
Yeah, don't just categorize all Asians.
it's just there's a lot of them. There's different.
So
There's so many. Just
Yeah.
like there's so many Hispanics.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's not the point. But so we brought in the topic to include everybody, so
and we
no one
got
feels
bracelets.
excluded.
Bracelets.
Yeah, we got these bracelets. So it's
I
kind of
want
like a
one
movement.
of all of them. Yeah, it's like a tiny mini movement with the 2 people in our class.
And who are those 2 people?
We are
We are.
We're
And this
pretty
is-
awesome
yeah,
people.
It's
To pull off a video
Yeah.
that cool. It's
Yeah.
just the 2 of us.
Mhm.
But honestly, it's better when it's just the 2 of us because we know how we work.
Yeah.
Like, you're better at putting things together. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
Like, I can write it down, but you make it come to life.
Yeah.
That's
And
kind
I
of what-
hate writing it down.
Yeah.
So it works.
I'd rather
great.
write things down than because
I just
I
wish
guess
you
I'm
wrote it
cor-
on Google Docs, not on a paper.
hey, I
where
did
we
for everything
lose
else.
it.
I'll just copy the same thing. Dang.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
I'll just do it again. I mean, I wasn't vibing with it, as the
okay.
kids say.
I wasn't either. Anyways, I'm just kidding. I didn't even read it that much.
Ow!
Actually,
just
she
kidding.
did tell me to read it, and I kind of skimmed it.
Yeah, I could tell. Once, like, your eyes were, like, on the top of the page, and then 2 seconds later, they're at the bottom. I was like, she definitely didn't read this.
But yeah, so we're presenting that project, and it's about 6 minutes long, and it's a really interesting and cool video. So I'm hoping. I was kidding about the whole comment thing. I mean, please comment, but we will put it.
We
on,
will share it with you
Blech.
guys.
We will
and
put it on
it's,
YouTube.
It's interesting because we also added some spiritual into it.
Oh yeah, a lot of spirituality within it as well,
And it's just, like, our Christian characteristics and, like,
and how you use them to
Yeah.
be more accepting and understanding to others.
yeah. So it's I think it's a cool video because it covers a lot
Yeah.
for a 6-minute video.
And I don't know if you guys have watched Spoken Words, but
Oh, yeah, we did it with spoken word to go along with it. And it's pretty
Yeah.
good.
yeah, it's really good.
Oh, man, that rhyming.
Yeah, that was hard. Dude, I don't know if you guys video edit or do any of this stuff on a Mac.
Oh, it's so tedious. Goodness gracious.
dude.
And transcribing, my word.
yeah, no, don't
Ugh.
transcribe. Just
Just
don't do it.
Just figure it out some other way.
Yeah,
Yeah, transcribing took so long.
yeah, and then when you using a computer that you don't have, like I have Windows and you're using Mac, and you're trying to like learn how to do different things with different things. Yeah, no, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. So it takes you double the time that it would take you if you actually had a Mac. But that's okay because everyone here likes Mac and Apple.
It's
and
a
all
learning
that, so-
process.
Yeah, and I'm enjoying it because, hey, let's say I do this as a job later on and they only have Macs. I would be very frustrated if I did not know how to do that.
Well, yeah, that's been our small rant of this week. Been
Yeah.
filled with projects, filled with tests.
Oh, one
so
more
much
thing.
going on.
Also in the project, we talk about bullying a little bit, just a little bit. It's not like a
Yeah.
main thing. And that just reminded me of our Oveus training stuff that we have here. I don't know if you guys know about that, but they're doing I think we talked about it once.
Mm-hmm.
And Oveus, which is like a bullying prevention, not
In
company,
schools.
institution, I think it's an institution.
I don't know.
But yeah, anyways, so they're like all around the world and they're supposed to be really good. So they just started that this year. So they've been doing that. Some of it's been going pretty good. Others, they need some little help here and there. But
yeah.
so I
With,
thought it
like,
was cool
anything.
how like we integrate a little part of that into the video. So it's more of like homey to Spencerville. Like we even have video.
Yeah, we have
film in there.
interviews of like the high schoolers and the younger
Elementary,
kids,
yeah. And some clips of Spencerville like students. And at the end, there's a huge surprise. And I don't know. I just feel like the video can really tie towards Spencerville students. And I mean, I'm not saying if you're a non-Spencerville student and you're listening to this and you're gonna watch it, you're still. I'm hoping that
it makes
still
you want to join.
Yeah. Well, that too, but like it's still.
But you get the message
Yeah.
out of it.
So it's
'Cause
not
that's a good
just for
message.
Spencerville, but I wanted to make it. Well, we wanted, not me. We wanted to make it more of like tied towards Spencerville. Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for another week. Hope you're enjoying. Well, maybe you're not on break, but we are. So, but yes. Have a good week, and
We will have a show next week. Well, we won't, but Inside the Nest is having one show next week of drama, our drama performance that's coming up.
isn't the
So-
dugout going on next week?
No, I don't think so. I think the dugout
Why don't we do?
is
talk
coming
about
this
later.
week. But yeah, so anyways, so stay
Should we
tuned in.
end with a quote?
Yeah, let's end with a quote. Give us like 2 seconds. 1, 2.
I'm on
okay, here's a quote.
quotetv.com. I'm not sure what that is.
Today you are you. That is truer than true. There is no one alive
That is youer than you. Dr. Seuss.
Yeah, that's in our video.
There's more that brings us together than we think. TV ad. So yeah, that's our quotes for this week, and that was both featured in our video. Make sure you check it out.
When we post it, obviously.
Yeah,
But
after chapel.
be excited with us. Woohoo!
Peace out, guys.
Bye.
Well, sadly, that's the end of our show. Thank you so much for tuning in to this segment of Inside the Nest. It was great to be hanging out with you today, and we'll see you next time. And next week you can expect a special interview with our drama directors, Jane Lanning and Devon, and they are going to be talking to you about a new show that's coming up in April. Here at Spencerville Adventist Academy called Oklahoma. It's a great show. So that's what you can expect on next week's show. Thanks for tuning in. This is Robert Martinez, and you are listening to Inside the Nest.
Hi, I'm Brian Kittleson, principal of Spencerville Adventist Academy. Thank you for listening to Inside the Nest, produced by the students of SAA as part of our Service Learning Through Community Partners initiative. To support this program and learn more about Spencerville Adventist Academy, please visit spencervilleacademy.org and schedule an educational consult.